All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a Week 14 podcast with the Santos Show. I'm your host, Justin, and we have Sammy in the background as well. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff, man. A lot of crazy games have gone on this past week. Sammy, I can't wait to dig in, man. But before all the news, drop a like, subscribe to see our weekly podcast every Tuesday at 6 o'clock. All right, Sammy, let's dig in.
And let's dig in. We shall. With the first game, we got Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Atlanta Falcons, and wow, Justin, look at that. We take it home. Finally get that win after that hard loss.
Man,
Against
I gotta
them
give you one,
earlier in the week.
Sammy. I gotta give you one, Sammy. You had the high
Huh.
hopes for the Bucs, man, and I was on the train that we were gonna lose, and you turned out victorious on this one, Sammy.
Well,
How does that feel?
honestly, I just went based on like stats and I went based on like statistics and what I honestly believed, and everything was pointing towards the Bucks. I mean, I understand they haven't been playing very well at all, but like the last time they went up against each other, it was such a close game. Honestly, we had multiple occasions to get a touchdown, and we didn't do that, where we had to kick field goals, and that's what
Uh,
ended up losing us the game. So, and after rewatching and seeing all, like I said, the stats, everything was pointing towards the Bucks. And I will say I'm happy, but I'm still very concerned. I still have a lot of concerns. A lot of concerns are still
it's
there.
if you guys watched last week's podcast, Sammy was talking about how they weren't passing to Chris Godwin. Well, 11 targets this game, Sammy. Seems you've
Mhm.
gotten your wish.
Yeah, 11 targets, 5 receptions. He didn't come down with all of them. And I will say like this, Chris Godwin has amazing hands. But I will say that some of the balls that Baker threw where it's literally like people were there. Like the secondary was there. They were on them. They were already double teaming him by then. So they were knocking away the ball. And then the other time, like he caught it, but then the defender just knocked it out. So it was just like, it was like one of those things. Like I wouldn't count super towards, but outside that, amazing job. I've been preaching it. I've been saying it. Pastor Chris Godwin, I'm telling you, there's a reason why he is like one of our top wide receivers. I don't understand why you're not passing to Chris Godwin. They finally did it, and they're out. Look how much he was averaging. He was averaging 10.6 per carry, 32 long, and that was like at the end, right? To pretty much like get us in that red zone area. So it was just like I said, all around really good job. I want to see more from Mike. I mean, is that too much to be asking there? I mean,
No, only coming up with one reception for what, 8
and one
yards?
target and one target. He only got looked at once the entire day.
Yeah.
Like that entire game, he only got looked at once.
But I
So
will
I
say,
understand that.
Sammy, how is this possible? We won the game with Mike Evans only getting one reception. Like we have to think about this as a positive. We can win without throwing the ball a million times to Mike Evans. And kind of how like we needed to been this entire season really in order to be in the playoffs and not make this, really hard on ourselves to even fight for a spot. So, it's tough. I like to see Rashad White doing what he's doing. But then again, he's used more in the passing game. This game, he did get more rushing yards.
I was about to say he was
This
the
past game,
workhorse. He was the
so
workhorse
that's why I was
this
saying,
game.
Sammy, it's great to see Rashad White actually doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Yep,
Um,
absolutely.
so I mean, this team going forward, if Mike Evans, decides to play and
I don't wouldn't even
coaches
say
allow
that. I
him to
mean,
play,
yeah,
then
let's I would blame that on coaching. Like they're not giving
agreed.
him enough open positions. Like I under like they should have a 1 and 2 slot that the quarterbacks are always looking at every time, right? Especially when they're hitting their mark. They know the seconds, right? Every
Mhm.
second of that snap. Right when they hike the ball, they know the seconds, the cadence. They're going based off that because that's how they know when to throw that ball exactly. You know what I mean? So it's like he looks at the first target. That should be Evans, right? No doubt should be Evans. Second route should be Godwin at that point. and then everybody else, right? You got your, like dump. You got your
Yeah.
dump ball, which is mainly Rashad White, and he runs, a lot. He's really good in the pass run game. And then you also have, K Dine possibly up there in the middle. He could be up there mid range, not maybe the first down, but close enough.
Yeah.
He should have other options to go to. So I don't know sometimes like why these other wide receivers are getting a lot more targets than our two number
Yeah,
two.
I think Baker really like targets those guys when he's under pressure, Sammy. So a lot of times you see him check it down to Rashad White, Kate Otten.
Yeah, because he gets pass rush
Because
really
yeah,
good stuff.
exactly. If not, he's running it himself with his legs, and we've seen that this entire season. So
Yeah.
Chris Godwin and Mike Evans, whenever that happens, they're like invisible. We haven't seen really Baker scramble, throw a complete touchdown to Mike Evans or Chris Godwin this season.
And I'm sorry, he actually got 6 targets. I read that stat wrong. He actually got 6 targets, so he only got one of those. It could be like another Chris Godwin situation. I don't know if I watched every single catch, but I know it's
You think
semi
Baker
close.
was just off here? You think that's maybe because if two receivers are having a bad day, it's usually like the quarterback. No.
Yes, it is. Look at the completions. He went 14 for 29. He averaged 5 yards per pass, 144 yards, nothing to brag about. And he only got sacked once. He had no interceptions, only got sacked once, and that was
Yeah,
for only
Baker
2 yard loss.
Baker threw
So
14 for 29, Sammy.
yeah,
QBR was 53.4.
yep.
So I think he just had an off day. It could have been just, the pressure. Big game,
But
that we lose
you
this
don't
game,
want to.
there's absolutely no chance, Sammy. We absolutely tank. Right?
Yep.
Like we're on board for this,
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Yes.
meaning that we win this game, gives us a
Now,
possibility to make playoffs.
but we have a very more important game coming up next week. This week coming up, Saints. We need to beat them.
Yeah,
We need to beat them because
they
that's
played
the
they
only
played
way. Because
pretty
then
well,
we will be
Sammy.
2-0 against Atlanta and the Saints. So you know what that does? It blocks both of them out from getting the number one spot unless they are higher win percentage than us. That's the only way. They have to have a higher win percentage. If they are tied with us, they don't get it. So, uh, I have, like I said, I have a lot more high hopes, but like I said, we have to beat the Saints first before we even talk more about it.
Yeah,
And on the other end of the ball with Atlanta, defense really struggled, really struggled. You can see it in that run game against, Tampa. They really struggled. It was nice to see Drake London out there. He got 10 receptions for 172 yards at 11 targets, Justin. Like this guy was running all over us. Like I'm not even gonna lie. Like
I don't even
he
care,
was
dude.
always open.
When our defense is able to stop like a young star like Bijan Robinson for 10 carries and only 34 yards, I'm happy.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't really care about
He did
like
pick up
I don't care
54 though in
about
the receiving. He did
I
pick up
don't care
54.
about Ritter throwing the ball, man. Look at this, like it's literally Bijan Robinson and their running game they have there versus any team having any given day. Really. Ritter is like a dice roll, and we've seen that this entire season. And he connected a lot by throwing the ball, and then we were able to shut down the run defense, and look what it ended up being, a Tampa Bay victory. So I'm not blaming our coaching. We had the right mindset defensively against this team, stop the run, win this game by making Ritter throw the ball.
I'd have to agree. So I have honestly no more points, Justin, unless you have any other points. Go
Nope.
Bucks, go Bucks Nation for all those other Bucks fans out there. So hopefully we can keep going at this pace and hopefully we keep winning.
All right.
But yeah, I got nothing else to talk about here.
All right. Send me into the next game, Sammy.
All right, so we got the Jackson Jaguars at the Cleveland Browns, and the Cleveland Browns ended up sneaking this away 31-27. How do you feel about that? Don't you feel violated?
Dude, I was just happy to see like old Joe Flacco out there like slinging it. It was pretty fun to see.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I remember him playing in Baltimore, man. Great quarterback. Had his issues there, but we see that he still can play at this level, and
Still sling a ball.
it's funny to see. Because the Cleveland Browns are in a situation where they need a quarterback where they can win, so they can make a deep push in this playoffs. But what do you think, Sammy?
I think that they did the perfect thing that honestly any team could have hoped for, any fan base, especially for the Browns. They got Joe Flacco, a veteran quarterback that has gotten a ring, that knows what it takes, and on top of that, kept his body conditioned enough to even come back to even just sub in as a freaking quarterback. So I can't imagine. I know his contract's probably looking pretty good right now, but yeah, I mean, honestly, big kudos over to Joe, man. I mean, he's doing it. I mean, shit. Browns are probably like so happy right now. Like, we're so happy we paid this guy, because there's no way in hell we would have made it through with any other quarterback. So,
and you know who his favorite target is, Sammy? Like, I would have never guessed this. I mean,
well, I don't know how you don't.
Njoku, man. Njoku, his tight end, man, is his number one guy.
Who was his tight end over in Baltimore?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that guy. Mark Andrews, the beast. Oh, yeah, him. So, yeah, of course he likes throwing to his tight end. You know what I mean? I feel like he just gels with tight ends better because he likes that lane. I don't know, maybe he can see it better. I have no idea. And then also you had Amari Cooper. He was out there. He was dancing. He was doing some stuff. Didn't convert any touchdowns, but I mean, he got 7 catches. He had 14 targets, by the way. 14. That is like, wow. He had a lot of targets, Justin. So, and if you guys all don't know, Cooper is on his fantasy, so that's the only reason why I brought it up. But
major disappointment. He should be a sit unless he's got home field advantage.
Yeah. But yeah, great job all around from the Browns, man. I mean, Jerome Hunt getting it done in the run game, averaging around 14.3 yards. Had 12 carries for 51. So these guys got it done. I mean, look at Travis Etienne, bro. On the other side, you had 14 carries, 35 yards, and only 1 touchdown. I mean, touchdown's fine, but it's just like 14 carries, 35 yards. This Jerome Ford has
because of that
51
performance,
yards at 12 carries.
Yeah, and because of that performance, Trevor Lawrence threw for 50 times.
50 times.
Connecting for only 28.
Did not throw very well. Do you think it has something to do with him getting fucked up? His pretty much almost getting a sprain. I think it does. I think it has something
he doesn't
look
100% out there,
nope,
man.
He doesn't.
Also, ETN out there, he doesn't look 100% either. They looked all banged up, this Jaguars team, and it's sad to see because they can very well lose their seeding, man. They can miss out.
Yep.
Just because they're 8-5 doesn't mean they got a playoff spot right away.
Yep. I don't know what they're thinking, man. But I don't know. I don't know, because they're literally also risking him being out for a season. You understand that, right? Every time you put somebody out there that's injured, you're asking for the worst, because the worst can happen, and then they're out for a season, and you're scratching your head like, I wonder how that happened. Well, genius, this is how it happened, dumbass. It's just hopefully nothing bad happens. I
will say, man, like, dude, Calvin Ridley, only 4 catches, 13 targets, 50-some yards. Like, Christian Kirk
actually
missed this
should
game.
be.
Christian Kirk missed this game, Sammy. Like, we would think Calvin Ridley step it up.
I have something to point out, though.
Uh-huh.
Jacksonville is still at the top of their division. You know why? It's because the Colts lost and Houston lost. And if they ended up winning, this might be a different freaking division down here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, now Jacksonville's still up top. I wouldn't worry too much. They still got to win over them. They just now got to keep it up. And that really sucks because they could have stole one against the Colts and Houston for those big losses they had. And you know what games I'm talking about. So it's like those two big losses right there. And then you just lose. Like, come on, man. That was your opportunity. So it's unfortunate. Good for the Browns. You know, that was a huge win for the Browns. You know, they're chasing Baltimore right now. They're trying. I don't know if they'll hit it, but I don't think they will.
It was
The
good to
way
see
the
Jerome
Baltimore's
Ford
been
look
playing,
look really healthy this game too. It was pretty good to see him out there looking healthy, getting some yards. He got 26 as his long, so he was out there putting in some work, Sammy.
Yeah.
And it seems like him and
I've already talked
Kareem
about
Hunt
it.
really have a nice 1-2 punch there too.
Yeah, with that one touchdown. Yeah, I understand that aspect.
And
But
with their great defense, man, the only thing that's stopping them is like a quarterback. Deshaun Watson goes out. Now they put in the rookie guy. Then they don't like him. They put in Joe Flacco, and now they start winning.
if that doesn't play like any part, you know what I mean, of what's going on, I don't know. I
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the Browns have a lot, and honestly, they should know what they need. like, like I shouldn't have to. I mean, don't get me wrong. People are saying, shit. Who's the quarterback for the Browns? Starting quarterback.
Deshaun Watson?
That's right. That's right. For some reason, never mind. I'm not even gonna say it because I thought it was Deshaun Watson, but I was like, wait, he played for, and I was like, I don't know. My head's all over the place. Anyways, what I was gonna say is Deshaun Watson, he's supposed to be coming back, and from what I'm being told,
If Joe
if
Flacco
he
keeps
comes
it up,
back,
man, I don't think you start Deshaun Watson. He's way
yes, you
too
are.
injury prone.
Nope. I'm sorry. You know why? Because I guarantee you there's a clause in that contract stating once their quarterback has fully healed and is out to ready to play, the contract will be ended. Whatever. I guarantee you, because that's what happened with another freaking quarterback that had to come in for somebody else. As soon as they came back, what happened? They're not there no more. Their contract's gone. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's something like that. He's just like filling in. It's like a substitute teacher almost.
Are you talking about Kyler Murray and Dobbs?
No, I'm talking about Joe Flacco.
Okay.
Yeah.
You said it was another quarterback in the league that it's happened to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was thinking about them.
Well, Dobbs has a starting quarterback position now over in
Yeah, he got traded for it, but same scenario ish.
Is it? It's a trade. It's different. This guy's
All
also
right.
coming from.
Do you have anything
retired.
you want to talk about with the Jags and Browns? Anything further, Sammy? I'm
Nope.
ready to move on to the next one.
Nope. Good job, Browns. Now you're keeping yourself in the division by winning and not letting Pittsburgh and Cincinnati come back, because right now they are tied at 7-6. That's it.
All right, Sammy. Well, the next one we got the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. Take it away. Let's hear what you got to say, man. This one I would love for Webby to chime in, but he's unfortunately not here. He'll have to chime in next podcast or so. But I want to hear your thoughts first, Sammy.
What a game. What a game. Like, I mean, it went so back and forth at some point. I honestly didn't know who was winning this game because I felt like this could have been one-sided, like Kansas City Chiefs, but they haven't been playing well, and I've been harping them about that. And with Buffalo coming right off that bye, I said this isn't good for Kansas for this to be happening. And it's not even that the Bills overperformed, because I don't think that's what happened. I think the Chiefs underperformed.
I agree.
I think that's what happened. The Chiefs underperformed, and they did not do a good job, man. And then Patrick Mahomes out there blaming the refs. I'm like, how are you blaming the refs when literally he was clearly stepping on the line? And
I
it's the
think
same guy
I
that
think
didn't
it's
catch
because
that touchdown not too long ago, to
yeah.
get you that win. But all of a sudden you want to forget about that and be like, oh, he's my best friend again. I'll stick up for him. Why? Why? Go ahead.
He hated that penalty, man, because when we think about it, what happened the game prior? A penalty that was not called, and well, they lose the game. So now Patrick Mahomes goes into the next game losing another game because of a penalty call. Now he's upset, and we see that boil over. So I don't know. This Chiefs team is needing some
Good.
work. They
Not
need some
looking
adjustment
good. Not
mentally,
looking
and
good. You know what my buddy
what we're
said?
seeing out of them right now is not good enough to make it in the playoffs.
What my buddy just said, Justin, literally today, he told me. He's like, I got Denver over Chiefs for that division. And I'm like, there is no way you just said that. He's like, watch what I say. He's like, watch what I say. He's like, I'm telling you,
it's looking
it's gonna happen. He's like, Denver's actually clicking a lot more with Sean Payton. Like Sean Payton and Russell Wilson, whatever they had last year, they don't have this year, and they're starting to make it work. They finally found it, and they're starting to make it work. So, and he's like, Kansas, they look like they're confused out there. They don't know what they're doing, and it's from not being able to hold the rushers for Patrick. It's not catching the ball for Patrick.
it's
Having
the flags.
it's the flat. It's everything, dude. Everything, like you said, right? It's boiling over for him. He just popped, and it just. I still don't think you stick up. I think you pop if it's against you, fine. But it's like it's against this guy who literally dropped the TD not too long ago. That was a wide open catch. So I don't know. I mean, until I would be like, I want to stick up for somebody unless they prove me that they can like handle that pressure. Like
Yeah.
if I'm going to put in all
Patrick
that work
Mahomes
at the quarterback
for
position, I'm going to want you to put that much work into a wide receiver position.
Patrick Mahomes threw 43 times, Sammy, only having 25 of those being receptions.
Yep, he only threw for 271. Still not too bad. 271 isn't bad. It's just
Yeah, it's just how many threw and how many were caught. That's the problem with these Chiefs, and that's been the problem this entire year. And we said this in the offseason last year, Sammy. We said right after the Super Bowl, we're like, what happens when they lose Juju, when they lose like everybody, and then there's no number one guy, and there's all like new people there. What happens? And looks like it's happening.
yeah.
They should have traded for a wide receiver in the trade deadline, man. We said it as well.
Yeah, I really don't know what they were thinking.
What other proof? They really
This
had high hopes in their offense, but I would think Patrick Mahomes would be like the first guy to, put his input and say that, hey, I need a wide receiver.
and Buffalo with that win really helps our case right now.
Yeah,
Really helps our case.
it was a
They-
must-win situation.
It was a must-win
And
against Kansas, and
What better way for the Chiefs to put away the Bills in playoff contention than to do it right here? Like,
Yep,
this
before
was
they
like
even get there.
a pretty much a must-win for the Chiefs as well. Like, you win this one, you put away the Bills, and now your playoffs like matching is going to be way better. Like, you don't possibly go up against the Bills round one and lose.
Yep. That's what I'm saying. And the Bills still have a very, very pretty hard schedule. They still got two really good teams that they're going to be going up against. They're going up against Cowboys this week. Cowboys, as we just saw, just beat the Eagles. So
Yeah.
back-to-back losses for the Eagles, and we're
gonna get into that
shortly.
one.
Yeah, we'll get into that shortly. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I think they still come out of this division, like not division on top. I still think Miami holds it even after that loss. We'll get into that one too. But I still think they come back. I think they're fine. I think they're fine. Keep winning. Don't worry too much. Just and this week is gonna really hurt. This week's
Yeah.
gonna really test them.
I would like to see Josh Allen be more efficient throwing the football. That's all.
I would
That's
like
it.
him to stop.
He does
Plays.
everything
I would like
else
him-
okay. The interceptions sometimes like, dude, I'm sitting there scratching myself like in the head. I'm thinking about it. I'm just like, now what was he thinking about that throw? Like,
He tries to do
it's
hero
right
plays.
to a
He does.
yeah.
He does hero plays,
Yeah.
bro. That's his problem right now. I don't know where this all came from because he wasn't doing that. I mean, maybe when he first started out, but it worked. But now it's not, and now it's like he needs to find another. He needs to find more checkdowns, and then look for them when the opportunities arise, and you feel like they are playing soft on defense. That's the only time you want to push something like that, when they're playing like super soft on defense and they're blitzing a lot. Then you hit them with the long freaking drop, like the long throws when you blitz, or
I mean, when you look
get
at
these 10-yard drives.
it's just I'm just shaking my head over looking at the stats, Sammy, on the receiving end on the Buffalo's chart, man. It's just like James Cook and then everyone else. Like, where was Kincaid this game? Where was he? Where was Stephon Diggs this game? Where was he? Like, dude, Stephon Diggs had 4 receptions for 24 yards. Like,
I
this
had
is not
11 targets.
this is not like
Still got past the most.
usual. This is not like, like usual for this duo. And James Cook picking up the pace, and they ended up pulling this one out. James Cook actually doing a lot. Did it on the receiving end and did it on the rushing end, Sammy. So I mean, he's one of the main reasons why they won this game.
They won this game. Absolutely. I'd have to agree. I'd hard have to agree there.
And there was a lot of critics about James Cook, for the Bills, because the Bills were crying about their running back, So we saw them go out and get Fournette because they weren't, too sure about this guy. And then he picks it up on this level, on this game.
He knows who's waiting and who's trying to play. That's Fournette. He wants to play. So, and that he wants to keep his job because they're threatening him with Fournette and being like, we can replace you.
You know what I feel like they're doing about Fournette, Sammy? They're taking his name seriously. Playoff Lenny, they're taking it serious. If they make it to the playoffs, watch him be activated from the practice squad on their roster.
Oh, that's what they're using him for. I'm pretty sure. Sure.
Stashing him away for the playoffs, getting him ready. That's hilarious. If that strategy works out, wow, Sean McDermott deserves probably another year. If that works out, and he was like the reason about it.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll
That'd
see.
be pretty cool to see.
Big win though for Bills. Big win for the Bills. So keep doing what you guys are doing. You guys are two games behind Miami right now. So you guys still need to keep winning. At least make the wild card. At this point, because it's gonna be kind of hard to catch Miami. It's not impossible. Miami could still lose 2 games, but you just still also have to win out. And
I mean, did you see who they lost to, Sammy? We'll get into that, guys, but come on now. All right, it's not impossible.
Nope, it's not impossible. All right, so I'm done with that game, Justin. Do you have anything else you would like to talk about?
No, sirree. Let's move on. Hit me with the next one.
All right, we got the Philadelphia Eagles at the Dallas Cowboys, with Dallas Cowboys coming out on top 33-13. Justin, take this one away. I know you love those Cowboys.
See, this is when we start to see Eagles fans start to burn jerseys. This is when Eagles fans are starting to lose hope. The Eagles are so trash right now, at least playing like trash right now, that they lost against the Cowboys this close to playoffs with this amount of people watching. I just couldn't believe my eyes, man. And we know how the Eagles work. They like to come back. They like to win these games over time, get close. But what did the Cowboys do, Sammy? They never let off the gas pedal, man. 33 points against the Eagles, against the banged up Eagles, as Eagle fans would like to say, none the least.
Yeah, because they did have, these past couple weeks have been very, very tough games they've gone up against. So I will give them that. They are pretty banged up.
I mean, dude, like, we were sitting here 2 weeks ago, Sammy, saying that these Eagles are unbeatable. They're making it without a doubt. If we haven't seen anything from the 49ers, like, these Eagles are making it with the way they're playing right now. Well, they're not playing like that anymore, Sammy. They just got beat by the Cowboys, and now they're tied. Uh-oh. Are we looking at the Eagles missing their whole field advantage? All because of a little slip up these last two games?
I wouldn't say that and the only reason why I would say that is because let's take a look at the Cowboys schedule. We got the Bills next week. After that, they have the Dolphins. Two huge games that honestly they have to win if they want that number one seed. If they want that number one seed, they have to win because at a certain point, they need to at least be tied with the Eagles to at least give them a chance. Because I don't know exactly who would overtake at that point because I think they both beat each other. I'm pretty sure it's the last team that ended up winning, which I'm pretty sure that's the Cowboys.
The Cowboys.
So
yeah, this is really bad for the Eagles.
This is bad. This is bad really because bad. Dallas is now in first place. They're first place yes. in the NFC East. No, not pretty much. They are in first place. It actually shows right here. They are in first place right now. It is disgusting.
Tied. But go on.
They're in first place. They're in first place. Like, unfortunately, that's
right, okay.
But
go on.
Yeah.
Record-wise.
Because we could say the same thing about the Bucs. Okay. We're all tied between the Falcons and the Saints, but hey, we're still in first, Justin. Yeah. Remember that. All right. All right, so back to the main topic. Eagles right now, they need to win out. Like I've been preaching this to a lot of these upper teams, but honestly, they have to. Like some of these, they really have to. If they want this number one spot, they have to win out. Same for the people that are down below, like the Buffalo Bills, that they need to almost win out to at least make a wild card spot. It's like we're getting to that spot, Justin, bottom of these weeks, where a lot of these teams, this is a do or die kind of thing. It's a do or die. These are do or die weekends that are coming up for these guys. What are you thinking right now? Are you thinking that it's gonna shape out the way you think, or do you think that there might be a plot twist up in there and it might take you on a little roller coaster?
Man, I don't know what to say about the Eagles offense, man. I just thought it was putrid. I've never seen them kick so many punts. Dude, like, I was watching this game and I was just thinking, like, are the Cowboys really this much better than the Jalen, like, Hurts and the Eagles? Like, this is how they're playing right now? And I had to sit there and stare at my screen. Meanwhile, here we go, like a million times is going on. Dak Prescott constantly on the field, throwing the ball 39 times, and he was like just out there the majority of the game. 33 points on the board, 13 coming from the Eagles. Like, this was just a dominant game. The Eagles lost by 20 to the Cowboys, and the Cowboys jumped them, and now, like you said, are in first. It's just a very, very, very bad.
So you think this is going to take you on a roller coaster?
Yeah, I mean, the way they lost to the 49ers against another NFC like challenger, like they just fell over, and now they're gonna lose by 20 to the Cowboys. And these two losses are the reason why we wanted to watch like what happened this late in the season, because we're keeping our eyes on these games, because these games are very important with these teams going into the playoffs. Wow, I just have no words. I have no more words for this game, Sammy. It's just Eagle fans right now are probably extremely
I
upset.
also heard a rumor that Dak Prescott is actually asking for more money now. I don't know if that's just a rumor or if that's official.
That's not official. We'll keep that as a rumor. But
Okay.
if it pops up, Sammy, like gets announced, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
As of right
That's
now,
fine.
it's probably just
That's fine.
some
Yeah, I just wanted to
local
throw a
asshole.
little spice up in there. Just throw a little spice, you know. But
Sure.
all right, yeah, that's all I have for that game. Way to go, Dallas. You guys honestly needed that win, and you guys got it. So now you guys have that tie over to the Phillies. So now they outright have to beat you. So let the best team win. That's what I say. Let the best team win, because it's going to be between you two for the first place. Who's going to get it? It's like one of those. Who's going to get it? Don't forget about those 49ers. So if you guys both start losing, 49ers could easily come back and sneak back to that top position. So it's anybody's game. Anybody's game out there.
The Cowboys didn't just burn the Eagles from throwing the ball to CeeDee Lamb like I expected. I expected CeeDee Lamb to be like
Oh, they
a
burned them in the
god.
run game.
Exactly.
The
They
run
burned them in
game.
the run game and in the passing
Where
game
was
somewhat.
DeAndre Swift? He only had
Yeah,
11
it's
carries
just
for 39 yards. Like
Tony
that's
Pollard and Dottle. Those two guys, another 1-2 punch. This Dottle guy came out of nowhere too. Like they got him in the draft, and he's been on the practice squad, and they bring him up, and they like how he performs in practice, and now we see him pick it up like these last 3 weeks. He's been active and actually playing for the Cowboys 3 or 4 weeks. I'm not
yep.
too sure about that. Somebody fact check
Yep.
me, but them two, Pollard and Dottle, man, they're looking pretty good. If they can do this against the Eagles defense, it's looking really good. This Cowboys offense, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Sorry. I
you
was
got to give it to him too. Like the way Dak was placing it in the receivers like hands, man, I was like blown away. I was just like, man, Dak is playing pretty fucking good for a guy that has been a walking trash can for the last 3 years.
yeah. So in total, by the way, about this Donald guy. So in total, and he is a rookie. He's had 75 carries for 307 yards, and he averages around 4.1, and he has 2 TDs for the year. Not too bad. It's not too bad, I would say. I mean, for the rookie year, I mean, is this a threat though to Pollard?
I mean, Pollard just he hasn't had the best season, Sammy, and that's one of the reasons why they got this guy. But
Yeah.
they're still paying him more. It's just like the situation with Zach Moss and Jonathan Taylor. Same kind of situation where they're both really talented, but we
A
know
lot
who
of
the
these
big
great
dog
teams
is
have
getting the
two
money.
yeah, a lot of these great teams have two great running backs for some reason. So,
Yeah, I mean it when you look at it, the best teams have that. So,
yeah,
and that's not Tampa, by the way.
that's definitely not Tampa. All right. You ready for the next game?
Yep, let's hop in
All
it.
right, let's get into it. All right, this was the spicy one, Monday Night Football. And I hope you guys watched this because wow, there was two great games, but we're going to talk about the one for right now. And that's the Tennessee Titans at the Miami Dolphins, with the Titans coming out on top 28-27. What a clutch from Tennessee to end up winning in the fourth quarter. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, I
Wow.
mean, dude, the Titans pulled it away, and what an upset. Like, who would have thought that the Titans win this game? I was watching this, and I was like, holy, bro, are the Dolphins going to lose this game, or are we going to see some kind of offense going on here? It's getting late in the game. We haven't seen any offense in a while. But yeah, man, Derrick Henry, Will Levis, those two, they really picked it up this game. And Will Levis, dude, he looks like a buff version of Ryan Tannehill. He really does.
You're
he
right.
can't
Yeah, you are right.
he can't
That's
throw
funny.
he can't throw the ball like as good as Tannehill. Well, actually, he throws the ball better than Tannehill, just a little bit better than Tannehill. And
He
also
throws it
uses
harder.
his feet
He throws it harder.
way better. Uses his legs way better than Ryan Tannehill. So
He
buff
scrambles.
Ryan Tannehill. Because that's how he looked out there. He looked like he was enraged. He looked like he was ready to go. Like he was in battle. Crazy guy. Like to see the spirit. And then, crazy comeback win against the Dolphins. And it's hilarious to see that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, dude, like it's awesome. It's crazy. It's crazy to think about that. Will Levis is out beating Tua Tagovailoa. That's just
Well, dude, I need to get something off my chest though. Here's the problem with this. Tyreek Hill was definitely injured. He was definitely injured, bro.
I know. That was
He
insane.
was definitely injured. And once he
Why
got
was
injured,
he trying to play that off? Why is he trying to play that off?
I know. He was definitely injured, bro. And I was just like, dude, the Dolphins might lose now because Tyreek Hill is literally everything. He really is in this Dolphins team. When we seen them score high, it's usually Tyreek Hill on the top of that.
It's the same leg he had problems with last week. I'm telling you, this is 2 games in a row. This isn't good. If you're management, I'm telling you, don't get me wrong, you need to win almost out because they have a team chasing them. But like
having a playoff scenario
I would
without Tyreek Hill
sit
is like
him
the
at
worst.
least 1 week. Sit him 1 week. At least
having
sit him 1
Tyreek
week.
Hill miss one game in the playoffs is like you're already losing.
It's it. So
that's a loss.
Sit him 1 week. You guys will be fine. If not, fine. Take that 1 L. But it's a whole lot better than down the road you get the playoffs and all of a sudden Tyreek Hill first play or like first game out for the Rainer playoffs, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you don't want to see that if you're a Miami fan. So take care of your players,
dude. You know what Raheem Mostert did, Sammy, that really impressed me? Pretty much what he's been doing this entire season when he wasn't injured. Dude, he's been a monster. Getting what he wants all the time, man. He is literally the best running back right now in the league, besides Christian McCaffrey. Mostert, bro. Like
I'm gonna tell you right
1,
now.
2, like right there.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
At least performance-wise.
And you might think I'm crazy.
I don't think he's the most talented, but like maybe Alvin Kamara slips into number 2. I just don't see anybody besides Mostert, Kamara.
Listen to me. I'm telling you. Next year, and you can mark my words, next year, and this is going to sound crazy to everybody, but I'm telling you, this is happening. Achane McCaffrey. I'm telling you right now, Achane's going to be number 1. Watch when he gets that starting position. See that change. I'm telling you right now, this kid is unbelievable. He is still, by the way, I don't understand why they only ran him 7 times. Probably because they're trying to save him for playoffs. There's a good reason for that. But this kid ran 7 times for 47 yards. He was averaging 6.7 per carry. And that's not even talk about the pass plays he had. Like he had freaking 5 receptions, 24 yards. In total, Justin, he actually didn't even get to play that much of this game. It was honestly all Mostert. And yeah, I'm telling you,
they gave Mostert the volume. And I mean, Mostert, he did it though. That's the issue here. Like he's also performing. Like you can't give up your big guy just because your small guy is performing just the same. So you mix both of them in, and now you have a 1-2. I believe Achane deserves a number one spot on a team, and I freaking would wish we got him in
That's not gonna
Tampa,
happen.
man.
That's not gonna
I know
happen.
it's
He's a
not. I
rookie.
know it's not.
It's a
I know it's
4-year.
not.
He'll be
I
there
know
for
it's
4
not.
years.
I know it's not. So we'll have to wait and see because Raheem Mostert is getting a little bit older, so we'll see how that battle goes. It's gonna depend off of next season's training, see how that goes, and then we'll see if the Dolphins decide to go with Achane as number one.
I mean, I've already said my piece on it. Like I said, I think he is probably, if he did not get hurt. By the way, wait. Before you say that, hang on.
Okay.
Before he got hurt, I'm telling you right now, if he would not have gotten hurt, Justin, this kid would have been in the conversation. Not even in the conversation. He would have been Rookie of the Year. No doubt. No questions.
Yeah, I would have to agree. For sure. Agree.
Like the amount of numbers, and like if you look at like what he has done this season, like it's actually insane. And actually, you know what? I'm pulling it up right now to have that full stats. This season, as of right now, it's 581 yards, 63 carries. He's averaging 9.2 yards per carry. How is this not broken? It's like a cheat code. Like, dude, 9.2? That's higher than Christian McCaffrey. And is he not a cheat code? Come on. That's what I'm saying. So, like, don't sleep on him. I'm telling you.
I don't think anybody's really sleeping on him.
He's the next face
we noticed.
of the running backs.
Everyone took notice when he had that big game. Everyone took notice.
If he stays healthy, he is the
But
next
everyone
face.
also took notice when he got injured. So that's
Yeah,
another
that's
thing.
What I'm saying. As long as he can stay healthy, he needs to stay healthy. He has to take care of his body.
Okay. One last thing about this game. I talk about this every single podcast. Right after the trade deadline. So if you want to tune into every single podcast and watch me say what I'm about to say, go ahead and do that. But what I have to say is, why didn't they trade Derrick Henry? I'm just going to keep saying it every single time. I'm not going to stop, man. I'm not going to stop.
Hey, they won. They won.
Hey, listen, I don't care, bro. I really don't care, man. They're 5-8. Somebody else can use Derrick Henry. They could have went and got somebody else that they needed to, make their roster better for next year. Derrick Henry is 29. Do you really think you want to keep him on your roster like past 30, Sammy? Like, dude, trade him away while he has his value up. I just thought they made the biggest mistake they could have made.
They want to
unless
keep
they get
Henry
rid of him
there
this
as a
offseason.
Hall. He wants him. They want him as a Hall of Famer there, like a kind of like one of those guys that has been there his entire career.
I just think his talents should be used elsewhere.
Well, they're not. They're probably not going to, because that's where he wants to be. I think he's out openly said that. I think he wanted to be there. So,
I mean, this was their team that they were supposed to make a Super Bowl push with, like Tannehill, Derrick Henry, DeAndre Hopkins. Like they were trying to build the roster to make the Super Bowl. What happened? Nothing happened. So trade deadline comes around. They have a chance to get rid of some of these players for a good return back. And you know what they do? They don't do shit. And now look at them. They're 5-8, and now they look like they're just burning cash away because nobody wants to go to their games because they're a losing squad.
Yeah, because I don't know. Guys, if you guys are a Tennessee fan, I don't think it is. I think it's possible. It's still possible. It's not possible. But it is like so low percentage-wise. It's like probably like a 12% chance that you guys end up coming and making a wild card spot. But I mean, you'd have to win out. And if I'm correct, I think you guys actually have a pretty tough schedule. Yeah, you got Houston twice, and you have Seattle Seahawks, and you got the Jags. Yeah, unfortunately, we'll see you guys next season.
All right, well, let's close off with this game, Sammy. Great win from the Titans. It's funny to see them upset the Dolphins. It was funny to see Will Levis like fired up this entire game, running around like screaming everywhere. It was fun to watch him do that. But yeah, let's move on, man. Rapid fire.
Welcome to the segment, guys. If you guys are a new part of the stream podcast, first of all, welcome. And then second, This is where we go over the games that we haven't hit, and I give Justin exactly 1 minute to answer, and give a brief review of those games. And then a little bit afterwards, we might talk a little bit afterwards if we have anything else we would like to say. If not, we move on to the next one. So we're gonna go through them pretty quickly, guys. So if you guys didn't hear your team, don't worry, we're getting to you. I promise. So let me go ahead and pull up this real quick, and then I will be good to go. Justin, are you about good to go?
Yes, sir.
All right. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. Oops. There it is. Got it. By the way, your mic went off there for a second. But all right. You ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. So first game, we got the Patriots at the Steelers, with Patriots coming out on top 21-18.
Gotta admit, man.
Wow.
I have to admit, man. The Patriots and the Steelers, this game was gonna be boring. I just had to see what was gonna happen with this game with Bailey Zappi starting and then also Mitchell Trubisky starting. And Zappi went 19 for 28 and Trubisky went 22 for 35. And who was the worst one here? It had to be Trubisky. And I saw a report come out that they're debating whether or not, when they asked Mike Tomlin if they were going to keep Mitchell Trubisky and he's still a starter. Well, his answer was yes, we're going to keep him. So what happens with this Steelers squad? 7-6, one away from the Browns now. What happens with this squad? And then the Patriots, they get a win, but this doesn't really matter to them at all. 3-10, looking towards the draft. What happens with Bill Belichick? I'm still on that. Ezekiel Elliott, good to see him finally get something done.
Yeah. And then, Justin, if you wanted to continue real quick, I'll let you do your little.
Yeah, I mean, Juju Smith-Schuster actually got some catches here, and also Ezekiel Elliott actually popped off a little bit too. So it's good to see both of like the veterans, step up in this game, coming from the Patriots. But we'll have to wait and see what happens to their contracts after the season's over.
Does it feel good to have Ezekiel Elliott back out there? Man, it's nice to see him again. Like, don't get me wrong, I did not like the Cowboys. I didn't like Zeke when he was on the Cowboys, but goddamn, he always tore us up. So, and I'm gonna tell you right now, like he can still be a threat. So honestly, that's
not as big as Stevenson here lately. No. Stevenson has been doing like been amazing prior to him getting hurt and injured. We see Zeke kind of pick it up, and getting 68 yards is really good for him based on his averages coming off the season, and probably even last season too with the Cowboys. So it's just good to see him get some yards. Hopefully he stays on the roster.
Hopefully. We'll see. All right. Let's move on to the next one. So we got the Lions at the Bears, with the Bears coming out on top 28-13. Woohoo! Another one, Justin. Another juicy one. I'll let you get right into this.
Dude, Justin Fields, man. Is there really anything else to really say? DJ Moore and Justin Fields. That was this game. The Lions were absolutely absent. They were like the Eagles. It was like watching them. They just couldn't get anything done. And again, 2 interceptions coming from Jared Goff. Like, does Jared Goff keep his average up on interceptions? Do they get round 1 because of it? Like, they can't do this in the playoffs. They literally cannot. Even with their extreme, talented running game, Montgomery, Jahmyr Gibbs, those 2 guys, they've been doing the most for your team. Jared Goff, you've been doing the most in the beginning of the season, looking like he was trying to compete for the MVP.
That is
But now, I mean, look at him. The past couple games, interceptions, and that's been the storyline, and they can't afford to keep losing like this.
Yeah,
I mean, they can because they're pretty much got it, but...
Hold up. I know you didn't say that, They
I did
don't
see
pretty
that.
much got it. They don't
I did see
because,
that.
and then I was about to talk about that actually.
All right,
So
let's hear
the
it.
next 4 games, they have the Broncos, the Vikings, Cowboys, Vikings. I'm gonna tell you right now, Vikings win both those games. We're talking different ball game here. We're talking different ball game. I'm telling you,
I
the
don't believe
Vikings
the
are only 2
Vikings.
games
I
back right
just
now.
don't
They
believe
are
the
2 games.
Vikings win.
I get you. I
I don't believe
understand
the
you, but
Vikings
this is
win
a
against the
possibility,
Lions.
bro. This is a
No, at least
possibility.
not twice. At least not
Do you see
twice.
them beat? Do you see them beating Cowboys?
No.
No. Okay. Do you see them beating the Vikings twice?
Yeah.
Okay. And what about the Broncos?
Yeah. I think they can beat the Broncos.
Wow. I don't know about that one.
I think the Lions can beat the Broncos. Yes.
Okay.
If Jared Goff throws interceptions, they lose. And you can say that about any game that they play. They play good enough to win. Just good enough to win, right? That's what they've been doing this entire season. Just good enough to win, really.
Yeah.
If Jared Goff
All
throws interception, that win rate extremely falls off a cliff, man. Keep the turnovers down. The Lions win this game. I mean, what else is there to say, man? 2 interceptions. How are you going to win a game? And you lost to the Bears, who are 5-8, man. Like, dude, how do you lose this game? How do you throw 2 interceptions against a team that literally had like the bottom 5 defense in the first half of this season? I just don't. I don't understand. I want to understand, but I can't. So
We're done. Just leave it at that.
Let you take it away.
All right. All right. On to the next one, guys. So we got the Colts at the Bengals, with the Bengals coming out on top 34-14. Story?
Browning did it again. End of story. Go ahead and come back, Sammy.
Yes.
Is there anything else? Really? Dude, they handed it to Mixon like 50 times the goal line, man. Like, bro, it's a stretch. He didn't actually get 50 attempts. But it felt like that watching the game, dude. Every 5 seconds, it was Mixon running the ball into the ends, or at least attempting to, while they stopped him 3 times in a row, constantly. Like, then a flag happens, reset of downs. Oh, he gets another 3 attempts to run into the end zone. Dude, that's what this game felt like, man. And honestly, Jamar Chase and T. Higgins really didn't do anything this game, Sammy. It was just looked like the goal here was to run the ball as much as you can, run time
Give it
down.
a mix and let it go. Right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So
All
Browning
right,
and Mixon, really.
All right, so there's your review, guys. On to the next one. Well, sorry for all the other fans that wanted more. That's all you're getting today. All right, on to the next one. So we got the Panthers at the Saints, with the Saints coming out top 28-6. Justin, do you even really need a full minute here?
No, I don't. Chuba Hubbard looks like a really good running back for them. They need to keep him on lock. That guy has been showing up past the trade deadline. He's been, really picking it up. Miles Sanders hasn't really done much. Keep Chuba Hubbard. He's been like the guy that's actually gotten them yards when they need to get yards. Keep him. Bryce Young, dude, he threw 13 for 26, bro.
Hey, you remember like week 1, week 2, you were like, no, we just need to get this guy.
And Derek
like
Carr wasn't that much better. Derek Carr has
season.
been in this league for how long, bro? And he threw 18 for 36 or 26. So it's the same kind of scenario. Is he that much better than Bryce Young? I don't believe so.
Yeah.
It's really just like defense. The Panthers clearly have no O-line. We see him running for his life. Any good defense is going to be able to penetrate. So Bryce Young is going to look like trash because he's running for his life. Look how small he is, too. Like, this guy, it's sad to see. This is what happens when you get the first pick, man. You know you're going somewhere trash.
Yeah, but your job is to be their quarterback and
Yep.
to prove yourself. Kind of like CJ Stroud. Don't get me wrong, he's in a
He's
better
got
place.
way better
Better,
protection, bro. Way.
yeah,
You see how long he's in the
he's got a lot
pocket,
more.
man? Way
But
better protection.
but I will say, like, there are quarterbacks that come out like this and still end up still being in the NFL. So,
Yeah.
keep your head down and just keep chugging away. But
I think the two biggest
uh,
names right now are Justin Fields, Kyler Murray. When you think about guys that have really bad like offensive lines running for their life, well, you look at Kyler Murray and Justin Fields.
yeah, yep, I'd have to agree. Justin, let's get into this next one. Let's not
Yep.
try to get 0-2 overtime. All right. We got the Texans at the Jets, with Jets coming out on top 38-6. Wow.
I don't know about this one. Dude, I really don't know about this one. I thought for sure the Texans would beat the Jets easily. I just thought the Jets had no offense. Dude, Garrett Wilson is a beast. I want to see him with Aaron Rodgers so bad, man. And honestly, this was a must-win for the Jets. I don't believe they're eliminated yet, but they pretty much have to win out. So good luck. In order for Aaron Rodgers to come back, that's what you have to do. I just don't think there's really a point for him to come back. Anyways, CJ Stroud and the Texans lose this game. That's really tough to see because now they're 7-6. They were gunning for a playoff spot, but there's a lot of teams that are 7-6, 8-6. So 8-5.
Right.
Sorry,
I was about to say, and that
did
is
my math
time.
wrong.
No, you're good. All right, that's time. Yeah. Big shout out to Zach Wilson, man. 301 yards, 2 touchdowns. Awesome job, man. I mean, Aaron Rodgers talks you up a lot, man, and I really hope you perform and actually make him look good, because he's been
Yeah,
looking bad
this was
very
one of
often.
his best games, man. 27 for 36, 301 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yep, he started out very sloppy, first half very sloppy, and then second half just came out guns blazing. And honestly, if you do that for an entire game, this team would be such a threat. I can't imagine if Aaron Rodgers played. We're not
I
even gonna
know.
get into the. We're not even gonna get into that, because that would be a whole nother conversation. All right, but that's all I really have to say. Shout out to Zach Wilson. Good job, Jets. All right, on to the next one. This is an OT one. We got the Rams at the Ravens, with the Ravens coming out on top, 37-31 in overtime. Justin, come on. Let's see what you got to say about it.
Oh man, do I have to? Oh, I was so depressed after watching the Ravens win this game, man. I was like, dude, are the Rams gonna go 7-7? Sammy, I believe I called you talking about this game. This game was pretty exciting. There was a lot of stupid things that happened, like Lamar Jackson getting a safety. That was really dumb. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this one, man. I get Cooper Cup and Puka did their things. Kyron Williams, good to see him back from IR like 3 weeks now, 2 weeks now. Good to see him back. 25 carries for 114 yards. Good lord, like good to see him back. And then Cooper Cup, 8 receptions for 115 yards. Good to see him back. Like we really know about this Los Angeles Rams team. Like they're really good offensively when they have their guys, but
That
defensively
is time.
they still have a problem.
I'd have to agree with you. Defensively, the problem's still there. It wasn't there, and then all of a
No.
sudden it's there.
Yeah, they
Um,
lost some guys.
yeah, unfortunate, but I mean, anything can happen, right? I mean, we've seen worse. I mean, both of these teams are definitely in it.
I just thought I would see a
Rams are
lot
more in the
more.
lines of like maybe in it, but they definitely have a good shot. Just
I
keep
thought I would see
that
a
for
lot more of Aaron
healthy and
Donald this game, Sammy. I gotta say, man, I thought I would see a lot more Aaron Donald getting to Lamar Jackson this game. I mean, I
yeah,
think he did get him for the safety, but I believe that was it.
Yeah, it wasn't like I said. Defensively, they kind of struggled. I mean, leaving the Ravens get 37 points, which this team actually doesn't really score. Getting them 37 points, saying something about the defense. So, I'm sure the captain of the secondary right now, he's probably Aaron Donald. I'm sure he's talking to his defense team, being like, "Yo, we need to tidy the fuck up. Like this can't happen if we want to make playoffs." So. I guarantee you that's what's happening.
All right,
Justin,
3 games left.
yep, let's get into it. And this one
Oh, good
is
Lord. I know
gonna
which one you're going to talk about.
we got the Vikings at the Raiders with the Vikings coming out top 3-0. Justin, you have the floor.
Dude, I turned off this game, man. I could not watch this game. Even the announcers were saying it, dude. Like, this game was miserable. What happened this game? No offense. It just looked like a punt fest. Punt, 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 punt. It was pretty miserable, this game. That's it. That's all I got, man. 3 points. Congratulations, Vikings. You guys are 7-6. You're 2 games away from the Lions. We'll see what happens with that. I believe that you at least lose one of those games against the Lions, and then you miss the playoffs. It's unfortunate, but it is a possibility that you miss the playoffs. You could be that 7 seed. You could be that 7 seed. I just don't have you any higher than the 7.
Yeah, unfortunately, with losing Christian Kirk, and freaking Justin Jefferson so early, that's what really hurt this team.
Yeah,
so.
no, they got him back, and guess what happened? 13 plays in.
There they go.
He goes down. So, we'll have to wait and see what happens to Jefferson. It did not look good. That's been the struggle, and he tweeted out saying that this is his first year being injured and it's been sucky. But like, dude, I don't know, man. Like that's really unfortunate to have a player of his caliber, and then for you fantasy managers out there, I'm sure you hate the guy right now. Ruined a lot of your fantasy teams this year because of injury. It happens. Can't blame the guy. It is an injury, but that's detrimental to their team moving forward. We'll see if he can recover.
So hop into the next one, Justin. We got the Seahawks at the 49ers, with the 49ers coming out on top 28-16.
The 49ers weren't losing this game. They just weren't. I'm sorry, Seattle. You guys were not beating them. You see how they played against the Eagles? You guys had no chance. They were going to blitz y'all. Look what they did. That's just tough, man. Like, what are you going to do? It's the 49ers. And, Sammy, that is all I have to say about that one, man.
All right. Good talk. All right, on to the next one. Good job, 49ers. Keep it up. All right, on to the next one. We got the Broncos at the Chargers, with the Broncos coming out on top 24-7. Justin, take it away.
If you'd have told me 5 games into this NFL season that the 0-5 Broncos were going to be 7-6, I'd tell you you're crazy. You're absolutely crazy. This team got deleted by the Dolphins. This team got deleted by everyone. Literally, like, this team looked off balance. They come out of nowhere. And now they're making a playoff push. This Sean Payton thing, it is nuts. I don't know how in the world they were able to pull this off, but Javonte Williams over there looking healthy, doing his job. Russell Wilson, healthy, doing his job. Sutton, clear number 1 wide receiver there in Broncos town. And look what he's been able to do. Been able to get those touchdown catches like it's nothing. And honestly, that's what we need at Tampa Bay. We need somebody who's going to catch the ball in Tampa Bay.
Well, I'd have to agree there,
so
Justin.
good job, Broncos, sticking with it. I can't believe they were able to do that. And then the Chargers, you guys are going to have a new head coach next season, along with pretty much all of your coaching staff.
So
We'll see you next
bye
year.
bye, old staff. Hello, new staff.
Yeah.
Hello, maybe new
It's
players.
it's been that bad for you
We'll
guys. There's no way in hell he does not get fired. In my eyes, Sammy, I believe there's no way in hell he doesn't get fired. He gets fired. They're starting fresh. They're wasting Justin Herbert's time out there. I mean, like, dude, they had Easton Stick. Who the is that?
Yeah, I agree, man.
Like Herbert goes down, and then this guy comes out there.
That's it.
I think
So on to the next
just
season
call
for
it.
them, man. Just that's
Call it, bro. Like, don't let
it.
Justin Herbert, out there for too long, man. Like, you're not gonna do anything this season. Might as well just pack it away for Justin Herbert. Get him on to the next season.
Justin, let's get into this last game. All right, we got the Packers at the Giants for the Monday night game with the Giants coming out on top.
This is another big one.
22.
This is another big one.
Take it away. Take it away. I know you want to talk about this.
Great job, Tommy DeVito. Man, I got nothing but praise for this guy. I thought the Giants were going to lose this, even to the Packers that hasn't really done much besides beat the Lions. Tommy DeVito, 17 for 21, 158 yards. QBR, 81.7. That is pretty much better than any other quarterback this past week. So, I mean, really well played. Struggled a little bit early. Got the ball to Saquon Barkley. Found a way to win this game. And, wow, I mean, they just came back and won. And now they're 5-8. It's crazy. I thought the Packers had this game. And then for the Packers, man, how miserable is this loss for you guys? You guys were, like, in the run. And now, I don't even know. Do they even have a chance, Sammy, now that they lost?
Theoretically, I'm pretty sure yes, they do. As long as they win. So right now they're at the bottom 3 of their division. So there is a chance they can make wild card. I don't believe they make first spot. So there's the chance they still make wild card, but it's not looking. It's looking okay. They got the Bucs next. So they're versing us, and they're at home, and then they go to Carolina, easy win. Vikings should be hopefully a win, right? That's what you hope because they're your division, so you need to win that. And then the Bears, so they're also in their division too. So, like I said, 2 big divisional games. I think last 2 games season. I
think Jordan Love was really missing Christian Watson out there. It's tough because Christian Watson looked like he pulled another hamstring, man. I'm not gonna lie, that 2 games ago when he was grabbing at his right hamstring, it did not look good. It looked like the same one that he injured like this offseason. So, bro, are they gonna get him back? If they don't get him back, and this is what we see out of Jordan Love, a QBR of 56. 25 to 39.
Yeah.
If this is what we see, there's no chance in hell. And also, I have to talk about this because I talk about the Titans, Sammy, and I talk about Derrick Henry, how they didn't trade him. And guess what I'm gonna bring up?
Oh my gosh, you're gonna.
Why didn't y'all trade Aaron Jones? I have to say it. I say it every podcast. Why didn't they trade Derrick Henry? Well, why didn't they trade Aaron Jones? He's been on your IR, bench, whatever you want to call it, bro. Like, not playing football this entire season, really. He played 3 games, 1 half game. Like, dude, 4 games out of the season, 1 half game. He just can't stay healthy, man. And I don't understand why I didn't trade him to another team. He clearly does not want to play there. It doesn't even look like he's really that hurt, Sammy. It just looks like he doesn't want to play there.
Yeah.
When he was healthy, he wasn't demanding the ball. Like, he wasn't getting the most of the snaps. It was A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones. Now it's just AJ
Yeah.
Dillon. So I don't understand what's next for Aaron Jones. If you guys have any comments about it, leave it in the chat. Otherwise, we're just gonna move on to the next one.
Yeah.
Actually, that's the last one.
Yeah, that is the last one, Justin. But I was gonna say one more point about this game. You just hate to see Jordan Love throwing 39 times and only getting 25 completions. He looks like he really struggled out there, Justin. I'm not gonna lie. Like, he looks like he was really struggling. They ended up almost winning, by the way. If it wasn't for the Giants coming back that fourth quarter, because they were up, the Giants, and then freaking Green Bay came back, and they were winning. But I don't know, man. Unfortunately, that's just how the dice rolls. You know, they didn't get the touchdown when it was needed. Instead, they got a lot of field goals, and that's what kills you. Field goals kill you, and we see it here. You know, we really do. Only 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, both done by Saquon. You know, what else did we expect? Would we expect Tama DeVito to drop back at the 1 yard line? Absolutely not. So it was going to Saquon Barkley the whole way, every single goal line attempt.
Yeah.
It's good to see that he's not fumbling the ball, though. I will say that. It's good to see him healthy and not fumbling
I was
the
actually
ball.
talking about Green Bay there, Justin. I was actually talking about Green Bay.
Oh, AJ Dillon?
Yeah.
What about him? You know, like, clearly RB2 that's forced into a role as RB1, and it's true, is it not? Like, it really is true. Like,
I'll just, you know what?
he's not
I'll
the
just
guy
end
that
it
you can
there.
be given all these reps and is going to perform, you know, multiple times throughout, you know, a whole season.
Yeah.
He's a guy that's going to get you like the yards when you need them, but not too much. He's going to get shut down from time to time. And we see that 15 carries, 3 yards, not bad, but not great. Those numbers can be more up, and we see that he's only getting 15 carries. That means that the Packers don't really have that much trust into him.
Yeah. We'll see how this team shapes up. I think they got a better chance next season at this point.
Yeah, RB1s are really getting 20-some carries a game, correct?
I think average is around like 18. I'm pretty sure.
18. Well, the good
carries.
The good ones, the ones that are on the Dolphins.
Oh, like the really they're around like 22, 23 carries. But like those are like
that's the numbers that we need to see on Green Bay. They need a running back. It's true. It's true. You can't have
Tampa needs a running back, but
I agree,
Rashad White showed up this week.
That's been the problem with the Green Bay Packers this entire season. They need a running back that's gonna get them yards, man. Like, you can't have Jordan Love constantly throwing the ball. This guy, he throws it so deep sometimes that it's just like a Hail Mary. And there'd be two guys covering sometimes, and it's just like, I don't know why he would make that kind of play. Right. He does really good when he's throwing it outside in the middle of the field, but deep balls, man, off target. If it's not Christian Watson or Romeo Doubs, I don't want to see it going up in there.
Well, Justin, like I said, I think their season's over. I mean, like I said, it's mathematically like possible they make it to at least a wild card spot, but I don't think it's worth it. I don't think they make a really big push in the playoffs, so I wouldn't consider them a threat. But yeah, that's my take on it, Justin. I got nothing.
Yeah.
You got anything else you would like to say?
That's it. This was a great game to watch. For those of you guys that haven't watched it, go ahead and watch it. It was a good game to watch.
A lot of back and forth.
But yeah, it was definitely really both the Monday night games. Super depressing upsets, man. We never saw them happening. I thought the Packers were winning. I thought the Dolphins were winning. And look what happened. 2 upsets and great Monday Night Football, to be honest. It was a great week, Sammy. Really good week.
It was.
A lot of good games.
Yep. That's why I was like, by the way, guys, before the show, we always talk about like what games we really want to view, and there were so many tough games. Like, we were just like, oh my gosh, I don't know. Like, this game, I feel like we really need to talk about. But we ended up going with those 4 that we went over with you guys. But most of the time, it's so hard to even narrow it down like 4 or 5. Like we did the best we could.
Yep. So if we haven't hit your team and you guys would like to talk, like have us talk more about your team, make sure you put it in the comments. Let us know. We'll talk more about it. Other than that, successful podcast, Sammy.
Very successful. If you guys haven't, make sure you guys hit that like. Make sure you guys subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast for week 14. We'll see you guys next Tuesday at 6 o'clock. It's been your boy Justin, and it's been your boy Sammy here at the Santos Show. We'll see you guys next time. Take it easy. Have a great rest of your day.
See you
Peace
guys.
out, guys.